What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Bros Cast, episode 127. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother, Nick, as
What's
always.
What's up, everybody?
Nick, you had another wedding to attend. Your
Shocker, right?
500th wedding, I think. But yeah, how was your week?
The wedding was beautiful. It was up in Virginia, so we did about a 4-hour drive on Friday. Got there pretty late, but still went out a little bit and went to this dive bar and had a few drinks, and then kind of walks around Arlington, Virginia Saturday, and then went to the wedding, and it was a great time. It was a blast. We drank and danced the night away, as you do at weddings.
As you do.
And then woke up the next morning feeling pretty bad. So it was me and Alicia and two of our good friends, and we all drove together, and we were deciding between like picking up food for breakfast or going into a restaurant and sitting down.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay, we just drank the night before. We're all feeling bad. I can foresee some poops coming on, so I think we should just sit down and eat. and people were just like switching in and out of the bathroom, so yeah, it was a good call.
Hell yeah.
And then we just like straight shotted it from there, and I felt pretty bad the entire way, and then felt worse when we got home. So I don't know, man. It's just kind of like been back to back since like my wedding, then drinking on the honeymoon, and then drinking this weekend. So next weekend I am drinking water. That's it.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. Back to back. Yeah, that could be rough. Pretty rough on the body.
And then I have Harrison's bachelor trip coming up in a few weeks. So
oh gosh,
that'll be fun.
Just continues on.
It doesn't stop.
Where are y'all going for that?
Asheville.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
So it'll be fun. It'll be a great time.
Yeah, of course.
Harrison, how's your weekend, man? How you doing?
It was good. Nice little short work week. Been watching.
Love those.
Continue to continue to watch more Star Wars, like the cartoon show, whatever. Mm-hmm. Watched episode 3 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and I don't know if I don't think you've seen it, but for those who have, just chef's kiss, man. It was just such a good show. Yeah, just such a good episode. Seeing Darth Vader, like just seeing how cruel he actually is. Like I don't think there's been a better portrayal of just how like evil that dude is. I mean, just snapping necks left and right with his force powers, man. It's a good time. But yeah, you're a great show. Been watching Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course we're like on just finished episode 6 of Stranger Things. That show is fantastic. I'm sure everyone's seen all the TikTok videos of like episode 3 with, was it Run to the Hill song, whatever.
Oh my gosh. That was like,
dude, that was like
perfect scene, perfect song.
Yeah. Just like absolute cinematography, perfection.
Yeah.
You know, it was great.
Was so cool.
Yeah. Great scene. Great show, man. This show this season has just been amazing so far. So we got 2 episodes left of that. But then on Saturday, our parents had their second annual, I guess, Putnam Palooza. Drank some beers, watched a couple of good acoustic performances. So that was cool. Nice. Had some delicious steak and cheese, or the menu called it steak and cheese. I prefer cheese steaks, but they were not cheese steaks because they were on like potato buns or potato rolls, like burger buns.
Yeah.
But it still had like all the typical cheesesteak stuff on it, and it was just oh my god, it was so good. And they had like waffle fries. Oh, it was delicious. Nice. So it was a good time. Then we came back and did our normal Saturday routine, played some Uno and drank some beers and stuff. So that's always a good time. So
man, I love the consistency.
Yeah, got to keep it up, man. Got to keep it up. So yeah, it was a good weekend. And then today was just a Monday of Mondays. Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
But
let me ask you, who's better at Uno? between you and Brittany?
Well, our buddy Antoine comes over, and
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, we swear he can count Uno cards because, like, last weekend he won like 10 in a row, and for the most part, like, Uno's really about luck. It's kind of just what you draw and what you hold on to. So it's kind of more luck than anything. But he literally won 10 in a row. And we're just like, dude, what the hell, man? Like what is going on? To the point where, like, if he draws a card that he doesn't have, he'll like throw it on he'll immediately pluck it and then just drop it, and it's the color he needs. And we're like, dude, come on. So I don't know. I guess just luck. I don't know.
Yeah.
So played that. I do want to play some more. More of that. More of that. That was a lot of fun. So yeah. Other than that, it was a good week. Lots of news to talk about, Nick. Lots of stuff happens. We're ramping up onto the Summer's Game Fest, baby. We got some stuff to talk about, predictions.
Yes, we do.
But before we dive into that, Nick, we both barely played games this week. Kind of. I keep wanting to, like, I need to start venturing out just so I can have more stuff to talk about on the podcast. But I focused a lot. Like, I did a lot of YouTube stuff this week. I was doing a lot of like reactions and stuff like that. So that's what I mainly focused on. And just kind of doing upgrades to the podcast and stuff like that. So, but I've just been playing some more Halo Infinite. I've been thoroughly enjoying the season 2.
Nice.
So yeah, just continue to play that. But you played some more Triangle Strategy?
Yeah, and I share your sentiment. I've been having trouble finding the drive to sit down and play something new. And I know we briefly mentioned this last week, but I think it's because of Elden Ring and how immersive and how special that experience was, that like it's almost exhausting thinking about trying to replicate that experience.
Yeah.
And just knowing that I can't.
Yeah. I almost started it up again. I was going to start a new character the other day, and then I ended up not doing it. But and I'm thinking about picking Breath of the Wild back up and playing through that again just to get a refresh, because I really haven't played it since 2017. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still in that Elden Ring like depression, that post depression. It's just
the Elden depression.
Yeah, I miss you, baby.
Come back to me.
Come back to me.
Yeah, like I've been thinking about like replaying Hollow Knight just to kind of fill that out more, since I didn't do some of the optional bosses, so I want to go back and kind of play from scratch.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'm more so in the mood, like aside from Triangle Strategy, I'm more so in the mood of going back to games.
Yeah.
And playing them. And then speaking of Triangle Strategy, I'm like 24 hours in, and this game is phenomenal. It has an excellent story. I know I've talked about it a few times, but it's a really, really great tactical role-playing game. And I'm really enjoying my time with it. I'll usually just play like one chapter at a time. I know I don't really binge the game at all. I'll play like maybe an hour and then come back to it the next night or a couple nights later. But it's been a great time just kind of sitting down and getting immersed in that story. It's really good.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. But that's really all I've been playing this week. So should we get started on this news, man? There's a lot.
Let's just do it. I was going to do a topic this week, but I was like, there's just so much news and predictions to talk about. We'll skip it. So yeah, let's I guess we can really kind of, we can really talk about whatever, but I guess I'll just briefly mention Nickelodeon All Stars. I do have that game. And I've played about 20 minutes of it. Nice. But they added their voice acting and items to the game, which was, I think it was what people really wanted, was that voice acting, because just seeing like the text like every match is just so boring compared to other games with voice acting. So those characters are so iconic that I think it really needed that. So that launched on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation today. And then Switch is supposed to come soon.
It's actually out today as well.
Oh, it did come out. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll probably check that out and see how that compares to what I had previously played. But I think with some of the credit I had on the eShop, I think I ended up picking up for like $1, plus it was on sale. So I mean,
oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't complain with $1. But yeah.
Nick, check that out.
Pick from the list. What else do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the PlayStation event.
Okay.
Let's talk about the State of Play. Because we streamed that last Thursday?
Last Thursday, yeah.
Last Thursday, and I thought it was a really good event. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was probably the best State of Play can remember.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, definitely the best one I've seen.
Did they have a State of Play at E3 last year or around that? I can't remember if they did or not. I don't think they did.
I'm not sure if they did have an event last year.
Yeah,
E3.
Yeah, so this is the best one I've seen in a long time, and it was exclusively on third party and like PSVR 2 games. So,
and it's pretty short too. It was only like 28 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. But man, what a banger of a show! It was the Capcom show, pretty much, right?
We got Resident Evil 4. Remake. They're calling it a reawakening.
Okay.
In their press release, so it's not even like a remake or a reimagining, but it's a reawakening, which is really cool. It's not just a regular ass remake, and then that's getting a VR treatment. So I mean, we haven't seen any gameplay from that yet, right? That was just
I mean, they showed off like some third person that that could be gameplay, but it didn't have like a HUD or anything like that. But yeah, it looks amazing. Nick, you mentioned on stream that it's a lot more darker than the original. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for that. Oh man, I can't wait.
Like I'm trying to think of how like they're gonna do some of the cheesier moments in Resident Evil 4, because there were like a lot of like kind of like cheesy moments, and I wonder if they're gonna just erase those moments and try to pivot another direction, or if they're still going to remain true to that original game. I really don't know.
I bet they're probably going to drop those more of cheesy stuff. I bet, which is fine. I mean, we have Resident Evil 4, as a legacy game. So if you want the cheese, you've got 30,000 versions on your phone and everything. So, I mean, we have that. So I think people get caught up on the remakes and stuff where they want it to be like pixel perfect based off and just an up-res version. But, I think a reimagining or a reawakening is really cool. And I'm really excited to see what they do with that, especially like, Dead Space. They're, looking at that too. I'm excited for that. But March 24th, 2023. So pretty soon. And, I think
not too far away.
Yeah, and I think Resident Evil 2 and 3 released around March as well. So I mean, they love that March slot for their Resi games. So I think it's perfect anyways. And Village came out in May, or was it May or June? I think it was May.
It was May.
out. So yeah, I'm pumped for it. It looks great.
And like. And this kind of different than RE2 and RE3, because Resident Evil 4 is huge. It's like a 15-hour game.
Yeah.
Maybe shorter if you're playing through it again. But, people really got mad at Resident Evil 3 remake because they cut that clock tower section and they cut a lot of content. And
yeah,
I'm thinking like, do I want them to keep every part of the original Resident Evil 4 in the game? And I don't think I do. I think I'm fine with them cutting out some of the bloat.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of streamlining it a little bit, like streamlining the island at the end, because that went on a little bit long. And then, I don't know, some of the more tedious areas of that game, I feel like could be ironed out a little bit. So I'm really pumped to see what they do. I mean, I'll be happy either way. But yeah, it's finally coming. It's been rumored, it's been leaked for years, and finally we're seeing it. So excited.
Yeah, I think I think you're right. I think there's some stuff in that game that they could definitely cut. If they don't cut it, that's fine. I mean, I'm good with it either way.
Still gonna play it again.
I'm still gonna play it again. I remember like the castle part being a little bit long, but maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
But yeah, if I trust them to cut it, I think they will probably learn their lesson and I also think Resident Evil 3 is just so short anyways that, any content they cut is just like, detrimental to the
You
time
got
of
this.
the yeah. So which I never finished Resident Evil 3, so I didn't have that memory,
Oh,
you
the
know,
original.
of the clock tower part. But it is weird that it literally is like when you do like the train map, it's on there, but you don't actually get to go to it. But yeah, I mean they can cut some of the bloat, some of the fat around that game, and yeah, I'm just excited to get more details.
Right. Yeah, I cannot wait. Maybe we'll see more details on this game in the Capcom event that's happening on June 13th. That was just announced, but that's I guess that's Monday, June 13th. So that'll be the day after the Xbox event. So yeah, we'll probably, I mean, I don't know if we'll see more Resident Evil 4, but we'll definitely see more Resident Evil, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see. Yeah, I would love to see a gameplay reel of that, and then hopefully they show some Village off, like some new content for that. We didn't get that on this event. I thought we would, but maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll get it there.
I think they saved it.
Yeah,
I think they brought the VR stuff with Village, and then of course the VR for Resident Evil 4. And I think that might be one of the reasons why this game even got showed off at the PlayStation event, because it's exclusive to, or not exclusive to PSVR, but it's getting, brought over to PSVR as well. So
yeah,
maybe we'll even see some more gameplay of Resident Evil 4, see that Resident Evil Village DLC, and then probably some more Street Fighter 6, which also got shown on the.
Yeah, and that looks, I mean, I will probably pass on it just because I'm just not a fighting game fan, but it looks cool. It looks like an intriguing fighting game. It looks like it's doing something pretty different from all the other Street Fighter games. With their, I'm assuming it's like some sort of hub world. I don't think you're actually going to be running around. You said it's a hub.
I think it's a hub. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think you're running around like encountering people to fight, but it's probably like a hub. Like I don't know, like I mentioned on the stream, but Dragon Ball FighterZ has like a hub, but it's like a chibi hub and stuff like that. You're not actually running around like an environment, but just something a little bit different. Hopefully it'll launch with a lot more stuff than Street Fighter 5 did, because that was like the biggest kind of downfall of that game. But I think they turned it around eventually. But a lot of people were not happy with that game at launch, and rightfully so. What else did they? We got Resident Evil Village VR coming.
Yep. We got a look at the Callisto Protocol.
Oh yes, that looks really good.
Yeah, it looks very. I mean, it's from the makers of Dead Space, but looks very derivative of that in a good way.
Yeah, and just no longer a PUBG universe game, so that's probably for the better. I never understood why that was even a thing.
Yeah, did they announce that during the trailer that it was part of the universe, or was that like in the press release for the game?
I think it was in the press release that it was part of the pub, because I think that's like when they were going to do like a PUBG like show or something, and I don't know if that's still in the works. I don't even know how popular PUBG is anymore. I think it's probably still pretty
popular.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, so we gotta look at that. Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales are coming to PC.
Yep.
Horizon Forbidden West gets a new game plus and some other major updates, and then that PSVR 2 game also got showed off. Horizon Call of the Mountain, and that one looks pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
Yeah, it
does look good.
We got a few indies that were shown off, like Roller Dome and Eternite, and then of course the new trailer for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I don't know. How did you feel? You played 15, so I have not. So based off of what you saw, are you excited? Are you need to see more?
I'm not super excited about it right now, because it kind of looks like it's trying to be like Devil May Cry, or kind of those action oriented games. And it looks kind of lonely. And I guess that's just me coming from Final Fantasy 15 and having that party of 4.
Yeah.
And it kind of like brings the world alive a little bit. And then thinking of like games like Xenoblade Chronicles and how Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is going to have like 7 party members that you can have.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be party members in the game.
Do you think so? Because
I
didn't see any.
There's no way there's not. I don't think there's ever been a Final Fantasy game where there hasn't been at least 2 other party members at all times.
Yeah, maybe. Well, but like when it showed all these boss fights, it showed, the top left was your health bar.
Yeah.
Top right was the boss's health bar, and that was it.
Huh. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And I thought that kind of like UI was a little bit off-putting as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about it. Of course, it looks good. Like, graphically, performance-wise, it looks good.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm into it yet.
Yeah, I would be shocked if you played that game solo without a party member at all. That would be kind of crazy.
I hope it's not like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that they showed off? I can't remember anything else.
They showed off another trailer for Stray.
Okay.
Which didn't really show much more.
No.
But that's coming out this summer?
Yeah, I think it comes out in June, right? Or no, July?
Yeah, July 19th.
That's coming to PS4 and PS5.
Yes. It's also coming to PlayStation Plus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the State of Play. The start of the Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, it was really good. A great way to start. We got a lot of good stuff. Yeah, just excited for Resident Evil 4. Finally, it's been rumored forever, so glad to see that finally announced,
finally materializing.
Yeah.
All right, Harrison, I'll let you take the pick on this one.
Let's talk about Sonic, Nick. Let's talk about Sonic.
Why not?
So they first announced Sonic Frontiers a couple of months ago, right?
It was a while ago.
Was it a while ago?
It might have even been last year.
Okay. Yeah, because they announced this right around like Kirby, right? Like, was it the same? Was it announced at a direct, or was it? I can't remember.
No, this was. I want to say this was last year around E3 time.
Was it E3 last year? And they announced it. It might have been.
Let me verify.
Okay. But yeah, I just remember that trailer being like, it showed off really good. Like it looked good. Like
it was, it looks like it was the Game Awards.
The Game Awards. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year.
So yeah, I thought it showed off pretty good. It got me like kind of excited for a Sonic game in a way that I never was before. It's an open world, everyone's, of course, comparing it to Breath of the Wild, because that's what you do nowadays when anything goes open world. But it looked cool. But then we got the gameplay reveal, and it didn't look cool anymore.
It looked like someone made a Sonic demo in Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. Everything about it. Because I did like a reaction to it. And I think I was a little bit higher coming off of that. And then when I watched like the combat reveal, I just immediately fell flat. But going back and rewatching it, like nothing like the art style compared to like the Sonic character just looks off in a really weird way. I don't know. And I understand, he's more of a cartoon character in a more a realistic world, which, the movie's like that, but I think the movie works a lot better. And I think and again, I mentioned this, but the music could be filler, but the music didn't blend with any of the combat or gameplay at all. It was just, all of it was just kind of like peaceful music. Yeah. And then when they were when fighting like these, I don't know, generic looking robots.
Right.
It was still like the same music. So again, it's probably placeholder music, so I can't really complain. But with that, the way the art style, it just nothing blended together for me at all.
Yeah, this game, I don't know why it was shown off this way. I don't know why the combat and the exploration was siloed.
Yeah,
and I don't know why they chose just like an IGN employee to play the game. They should have had a developer play it and show how this game can look if you have that momentum, and if you're like actually going off of these speed boosts and grinding rails, and I don't know, just showing what the gameplay could be like. But maybe there is no version where it looks good. Like maybe
I don't think there is. I don't think there is.
Yeah, and go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So this happens every time a Sonic game gets announced, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's the classic Sonic cycle where, you know, a game like Sonic Boom or Sonic Forces is shown off, and people are like, "Oh, this is probably an early build of the game. This is you know, they're gonna clean this stuff up before the game comes out. Like, obviously, there's some glitches, there's some bugs, whatever. The animations don't look right. The momentum is kind of weird. It doesn't feel like a Sonic game, which is kind of an anomaly itself. But and then the game comes out and nothing's changed.
Yeah,
right. And it's like, okay, fool me once, but that's just my that's my pessimistic view of the game right now, is that this game is gonna come out exactly how it looks right now.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it this way. I mean, do we have a release date for this game?
I don't believe we do.
Okay. So, like, obviously, IGN is a huge, you know, video game outlet, you know, and other media too, of course. But, like, an IGN verse is a pretty big deal, especially for a Sonic that, you know, generally the games are awful. I mean, let's just be very blunt about it. Yeah, the 3D and arguably I'm not a big 2D. I'm not a big Sonic fan, and like I made this clear, I'm not a big Sonic fan at all. I still think the movies are the best thing that ever happened to Sonic, period. So when they come out and they show this, and it just looks awful, whoever was playing the game, whatever IGN employee was playing it, it's hard to tell if like maybe he just didn't understand the controls, or is it just clunky? I don't know. So when you have this big platform to show off your game and you're excited about it, I don't know what the marketing team was even thinking at all.
Especially when there's a history of bad 3D Sonic games, you typically want to come off on the best foot as possible, and then just showing whatever they showed for 7 minutes of just Sonic running around a grass field and occasionally, you know, grinding on these weirdly placed rails in the sky
it made no sense.
And granted, like, I guess, you know, when you're thinking about what a 2D Sonic game is, like that's what that would be in 3D, just these like weird ass rails in the sky, but we don't want to see that.
No, if they were to come out and say, you know, 2 or 3 or tomorrow or something, whatever the case is, they're like, oh yeah, there's like a build mode, like a forge mode, and that's what they were playing in. It's like, okay, that makes a lot more sense, because this world doesn't seem cohesive in anything that's going on. But they haven't said anything like that, and I imagine they probably would by now, with all the negative reaction. But and then just the combat looks awful. They showed off like the circle move like 45 times in the gameplay reveal, or like the combat reveal. I'm like,
the weird camera cuts.
That
one attack with like the weird cuts.
It was bad, and like all the enemies just looked bad. Like the giant, especially the giant enemy at the end, looked just so boring and generic. Like
it had that like one attack where it threw down its arm, and then you just have to destroy the 3 obelisks.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I hopefully it you know, we get a better look here the next month. I mean, we got a whole month of it, so. But so far, I mean, I don't know.
I just don't think Sonic games should have combat, or like they shouldn't have combat in the sense where in 3D games it shouldn't have combat. In 2D games, like you can do a little spin move and hit them, and that's fine. But like when you're like I don't know, when you're teleporting to the enemy and honing in, like doing all your like homing attacks, it doesn't look satisfying. And I'm sorry if we're pissing off Sonic fans, but you can't tell me that trailer looks like a polished game.
it looks really bad. And then just even like the puzzles just look so generic, and I don't know. It just looked bad. It just looked bad all around.
Yeah.
It
was, I guess speaking of, we're gonna get a Sonic, what's it called? Sonic Central is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So they'll show off some more Sonic stuff. Not just for Frontier, but I'm assuming for the Sonic collection that's coming out later this month, and then maybe some new maybe like a new game or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of that tomorrow. But I'll tune in.
Yeah, and just I guess my last thought is how popular those Sonic movies are. Like, I think you have the potential of having a lot of new Sonic fans come in, and this is the way you show it off. Like, I don't know. But enough Sonic. We'll move away from Sonic.
Yeah, let's get out of there.
Nick, tell me about Diablo Immortals and why is it a mess?
So this is just something I was kind of reading about today, but this game has been banned in a lot of countries because it has predatory like not loot boxes, but predatory like microtransactions.
Yeah,
sorry, I was forgetting the word. But yeah, so apparently it takes just a measly $110,000 to unlock everything in this game, and that might be just for one character. So on a per character basis, it's about $100,000 to unlock everything. And yeah, this game's been banned in a lot of countries. I don't think it's banned in the US. I'm assuming it's not, but this is it's just such a mess coming from Blizzard after, all of the mess that's been going on at Activision Blizzard. Like they really have the audacity of putting out this cash grab, this predatory game that
this is mobile only, right?
Yeah, this is mobile only. So I don't have much to say about it except I don't know. I'm really surprised that they would put out this game in the state that it is in.
Yeah.
And even if they do change it, like I would still never touch this game with a 1,000-foot pole.
Yeah,
just because it started off like this.
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah,
it's just despicable.
It's just 100%. Yeah, I've heard it's pay to win. Just everything negative that's ever come out of like loot boxes and microtransactions over the last 10 years is just all crammed into this game, and it just seems like a money pit.
I've seen a lot of like sponsored videos for this game, and I'm like, guys, what are you thinking? Taking on a paid promotion from this cash grabby game from this company at a time like this, like that's just not a good move. So
I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I still haven't. I don't think I've played anything Activision and Blizzard since it all happened. Not necessarily because I'm boycotting, but just none of their games are appealing to me. Overwatch 2 looks bad, or just Overwatch 1.5. It doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
They announced Modern Warfare 2, which will probably be decent. I mean, I know the Modern Warfare 1 reboot was well regarded, so
that's good.
But, let's go ahead and just stop this one, and we'll pick it back up here.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, Harrison, I kind of want to talk about Pokemon.
Let's do it.
I'm kind of high on Pokemon, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, it feels good to be excited for Pokemon for a change. I know it's Arceus that did it to us to revamped our appreciation and love for Pokemon. But this looks cool. I'm impressed and excited about what I saw.
Yeah, so there's very, very clearly a past and future theme between the two games, with Scarlet being the game that's centered in the past, or doesn't take place in the past, I'm assuming, but it's just kind of like that's like the theme of the game. And then with Violet being the future game, and there's of course the two professors, which everyone is just just horny.
They're beautiful. They're both beautiful people.
Yeah, they're both beautiful people. I mean, I'm torn on which one to get. And
yeah.
Yeah. Do you know which one? Do you know which game you're gonna go with?
Probably can go with Violet. I like that legendary. Plus, I'm a sucker for purple.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Scarlet then. My girl.
Yeah.
My girl. Yeah. This game looks really good. It's got 4-player multiplayer, and based off of the sound of it, people can just kind of like drop in and you can adventure together. You can go your own separate ways and kind of meet back up. And of course, the game's open world, so there's no gates. You can go wherever you want. The story does not drive you. It can push you in a certain direction, but it does not force you to go anywhere, which is very, very different than Sword and Shield, which siloed you in this one specific direction, and it was really, really annoying.
Yeah.
And this just looks miles better than Sword and Shield, both
does.
In gameplay and theme, and just in its presentation alone, the graphical art style looks a lot more vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
Especially compared to Arceus, which was kind of drab. Like that art style was a little bit, washed out. And I think this is kind of improving on that a lot.
Yeah, I'm impressed with what I saw. I was definitely afraid that with all the right steps that they were taking with Arceus, that because this was a game right after that, it wouldn't show any of that, and it would just be more like Sword and Shield. But no, they everything looks good. Open world. The co-op looks cool. It looks. I'm excited for it. Right now. Yeah, I think it's a day one for me. I think for sure.
I think so. If it continues to keep showing well, then I'll definitely give this day one. It looks really good. I like all the starter Pokemon. I like our boy Lechonk. Little Chonk man.
As long as they don't say that they're cutting off the Pokédex because of animations, because
oh god, you can't do that.
Yeah, which I'm like Pokemon Arceus had 200 something Pokemon. That's all I need. I don't need 1,000 Pokemon to catch. I'm good. Limit me. I don't want to catch all these Pokemon. I'm fine, but just don't lie. Just don't lie about it, please, because you lied about it.
Just say you didn't want to do it. And
just say
time constraints, whatever.
Yeah.
This game, I really don't know what else to say, but it looks really good. I like that you don't have to take a loading screen to get to the Pokemon Center. It looks like they're all outdoors now, so there's going to be hopefully minimal loading screens in the game, which kind of improves the immersiveness of it and the open worldiness of it. So hopefully that sticks. And the legendaries look really cool as well. I don't know if you like them, but
I like them.
They both look really cool. It looks like
Dragon Force.
Dragon Force. Looks like they transform into some sort of vehicles.
Yeah, something.
The wheel on the Scarlet legendary chest, and then little rocket engines on the other one. Yeah,
and there's rumors that the gym system is also going to be changing too. So I'm excited for that. Something different.
Yeah, is there anything you're hoping that they kind of bring over from Arceus?
I mean, we already know that when you go into a battle, it's a standard Pokemon battle, so you're not going to be moving around and stuff like that, as far as I can tell. And you're not going to be catching Pokemon
without
going into the battle, which is fine. My one hope that they don't do is I don't want some stupid lame gimmick like Gigantamax and the Z moves are okay. I just felt like all that stuff just prolonged the battle, and it just took forever. So I would like for them not to have any of that stuff in it, but I know there probably will be. A lot of people speculated that whatever, the end animation with the ball doing something at the end of the trailer, a lot of people speculated that that's hinting towards the gimmick or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully, if they do one, which they probably will, I hope it's a lot cooler and thought out than I just thought Gigantamaxing was so dumb. It looks so goofy.
It took forever too.
Yeah, I mean, some were cool, but like a lot of it just looks so lame. So
right,
and maybe like people like me. I'm sure people loved it, but it just was not for me. I thought like what was like Gigantamaxing and like Gigamaxing. I thought like the Mega Evolutions were pretty cool for the most part. But again, I just didn't get that much of a difference between like the hit points and stuff and like the damage dealt.
It never really seemed worth it.
Yeah, it didn't seem. I mean, you can only do it one per match per Pokemon, so or one Pokemon per match or whatever. So yeah, it just again the whole theme of the Arceus is it didn't waste my time and all this different stuff just prolong the battle. So I just hope whatever they do is a lot better than what they've done in the past.
If that is the case, if they do end up having something that like extends the animation time, I think the game could benefit from a fast forward button.
Yeah, or skip something like that.
Skip, like kind of similar to Fire Emblem, where you can just fast forward through like the actual fighting animations.
Yeah,
and just you kind of move on instead of having to sit there and watch it for the 50th time. So hopefully, if that is the case, we'll get some sort of fast forward feature, and we can, kind of streamline some of those, old school processes. But yeah, that's really the only thing that could potentially be annoying with this game.
Yeah. I'm excited. It looks good. Yeah, I think it's shown off pretty well so far.
Mm-hmm. And that comes out November 19th, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
So not too far away. So that's like I guess that's Nintendo's big game of the holiday.
That we know of.
Yeah. We'll see.
Let's see what else, Nick. We got the Xbox extended showcase coming on 2 days after on Tuesday on the 14th. We've got that coming out.
And that's an hour and a half, right?
An hour and a half, new trailers and deeper looks at stuff that's going to be announced at the main event.
So that's going to be cool. That means we're getting a lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
From all these games.
Yeah. And I think that makes sense. Like you announce like your main event, you have all like the cool trailers and world announcements and stuff like that. Or new trailers for games that have already been announced, and then get a deeper look. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I bet we see a lot of games get added to Game Pass.
Oh, I'm sure.
And like games like Final Fantasy VII, I think that's going to come.
I'm calling it. Yeah.
That's not guaranteed, but highly speculated.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're going to see. I think it was confirmed that we're going to see Avowed.
Okay.
See some gameplay from Avowed. And
do you think we see any Starfield? Or do you think that's like do. You think we do?
We do see some Starfield.
Okay.
That will kind of like
I think we'll get a gameplay reveal of it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. A couple minutes of that, and then maybe a deeper look at the extended event. Just to get people excited again for that, because I think it's kind of dropped off since they got delayed.
And like we said before, they should have announced the delay with a gameplay trailer.
Yeah,
it looked really promising, and then they said, "Hey, like we need some more time."
Yeah,
with this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Nick, Nintendo, we haven't heard anything yet.
Where are they?
Nick, I'm tingling, man. I'm tingling.
God. You getting little tingles?
I'm getting the tingles. I'm tingling.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. EST, they're going to announce a direct for next week?
I think that we're going to get an announcement tomorrow for a direct on Wednesday.
Wednesday? Christmas is going to come early then.
That's my prediction. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll save it for next week. But
yeah, I don't know if they would now that because I thought that they were going to do it on the 14th.
Okay,
and maybe they still do, but now that Xbox has their event, and maybe they knew about this event beforehand, so they said, "Hey, like we need to pick a good time to do it." Maybe you're right. Maybe Wednesday is a good date for it because it's right before the Game Awards. It's before the Xbox event, so they can kind of come out swinging with whatever they have, which we really don't know. But
yeah.
So you think it's 100% that we get a direct?
I think there will be a direct for sure. I mean, there's been a direct at every June since they started directs, right? I mean, I think that's pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get one within the next week. I would be shocked if we don't get one by the end of next week, especially with everything else going on. I think they want to, get into that space, into that bubble of all eyes on the Summer Game Fest stuff. So, I think we'll get an announcement. I think my heart, tells me tomorrow we'll get an announcement for Wednesday, but we'll see.
Damn. I hope. Now let me ask you an important question.
Of course.
Is it more likely that we'll see Metroid Prime 4 or Metroid Prime Remake at this supposed direct? In your opinion?
I think we might get both.
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
I think we might get the Metroid Prime remake announcement. Or no, I think they'll show Metroid Prime 4 off first. Like just a tease, like just a tease. 2023. Tease 2023. They'll show just like maybe 20 seconds of something. And then they'll follow that up by Metroid Prime Remake coming October of this year. Something like that. I think
I'm going to hold you to that. I think that's actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah. I think they show it together. I think they build the hype up. They come off the hype of how good Metroid Dread was. Mm-hmm. They show off just a tease, just like maybe like 10 seconds of gameplay or maybe just a trailer or something. I don't know. And then they show off the remake. I think it's probably just the remake at this point. I don't think it's going to be the trilogy. I think it's going to be a full on like remake or a good port or something like that. But I think that's how we'll do it.
Dang.
I think we'll get
excited.
A Bayonetta release date probably sometime in October.
I think it'll be August.
You think it'll be August?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's August.
Between Xenoblade and Splatoon?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot Splatoon was September.
Okay.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
August is a good date for kind of like the more niche games.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's probably not a lot of stuff coming around in August anyways. Usually that's pretty dead time. So yeah, I think we'll get the Bayonetta announcement, and
I think we'll see Zelda.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Oracle of Ages or Seasons, or are you thinking we're getting the duo pack?
I was asking if we're going to see Breath of the Wild too. I
think we will. I think we'll get it. I think we'll get a trailer for it.
Okay.
That's all right. So what is it? Everything that's going to be? They got to show Breath of the Wild. Come on, with the delay.
So? You think they'll show it again?
I think so.
E3.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe
they'll do like the promise of the next year.
Maybe they'll do it at September. They do a September direct and show it off. Like do like a full blown reveal or gameplay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't show Breath of the Wild 2, I think we're gonna get something Zelda this year. Like
whether it's the
Wind Waker pack or some people are speculating like a remake of Oracle of Ages to Seasons or something, or even like Minish Cap. Something Zelda I think we're getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those would just be tough because those were both Capcom.
Yeah. Maybe they showed a Capcom. I don't know.
Maybe.
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome if Capcom did it. I think I'd rather Capcom do the remakes than Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because they're really good at doing remakes.
Yeah.
They would really do it up.
Maybe that's why they haven't asked the one company that did Skyward Sword and
Majora's Mask and Grezzo?
No, it was a different company, I think.
Oh,
it's the one that did Link's Awakening and Skyward Sword, I believe.
I thought Grezzo did Link's Awakening.
I thought Grezzo did Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I thought that was them, but I could be wrong.
They did. They definitely did Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. They did do Link's Awakening.
Okay.
But they did not do Skyward Sword.
Okay. Maybe the other company did Skyward Sword and like the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess ports to the Wii U. Maybe that's what they did.
Let's see. Oh, that was Tantalus. They did
Tantalus. That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah, they did this that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
So maybe we see something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe you're right, Nick. I think maybe having it at another E3 is not a good idea. They should have its own like separate blowout event when it's a little bit closer to the release date, like maybe September or something a little bit closer. But I think we're gonna get something Zelda, something Zelda.
Now, and I'm surprised we haven't brought this up yet, but do you think we see anything Mario related?
I think we'll get another trailer. I think we'll get an actual trailer for the movie for sure.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
But that's coming 2023 now.
Yeah. I think we'll get something, maybe. That'd be cool. Or maybe they put that by itself. Maybe that's not the right place for that.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see any games? Or do you
I
think
don't know, man. At this point, it's like it's just going to be like the most overhyped like direct ever.
Well, we always do this.
I know, but it's like it's always like, oh, what would the perfect direct be for you? I don't know. I feel like if they're putting out a Mario movie, I think a Mario game makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Even if they're not anywhere related. I don't think we get an Odyssey 2. I think we get something different. I think it's possible. I mean, it's possible. I mean,
it's probably not likely, given all the other announcements we just talked about that are definitely more likely.
Maybe they announce like a Galaxy 2 like remake or port or something like that.
Right. Yeah, they could do that.
Or maybe say it's coming to, I don't know, the expansion pack or whatever. If you own, that'd be cool. If you own the original game,
it'd
be really cool. Do you think we get any sort of like Game Boy announcements coming to?
Let's see. When did they
expansion pack?
Was it September? Or no, it was November when Nintendo 64 games came out, right?
I thought it was earlier than that when that launched.
But it was announced in September.
Okay.
It might have been October or November.
I think it was October. I'm pretty sure it was like late October.
Okay.
Like maybe October 30th or something.
So that's 8 months between those two. They got a lot of backlash for the value. Maybe they had a Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, and maybe that's where we see a lot of Zelda games.
Yeah, maybe
and Mario games.
And I think they were talking about rumored that the Breath of the Wild 2 DLC or Breath of the Wild DLC would come to the expansion pack. I could see that.
Yeah. Because that might as well. No one's like thinking about picking that up anymore. Might as well
no.
Add it on.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many scenarios of where this stuff could fit, and maybe if they don't have Breath of the Wild, then they can place in Mario as like their big like E3 or Game Fest reveal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to see when they do it, when they announce it, because it's inevitable.
It's inevitable. I'm just looking at their major franchises. I know we're not going to see any Animal Crossing. We're not going to see any Kirby. Chances are we won't see any Mario sports games or like any Paper Marios or Mario and Luigi's, any Luigi's Mansions.
Yeah,
we could
maybe Pikmin.
Yeah, maybe Pikmin 4. Maybe that gets finally revealed. Maybe we get, a 3D Donkey Kong from the Mario Odyssey team. Maybe that's what they're working on next.
Yeah, that could be cool. Proper 3D Donkey Kong game.
Yeah. We won't see a Wario. We likely won't see any Pokemon games. And then, I don't have any bets on Star Fox getting shown off.
No, I think they're gonna have Star Fox put up for a while.
Yeah, after Zero.
Yeah,
not do too well, but anything could happen in this Nintendo Direct that we don't even know exists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I would love to see a new Zelda amiibo come out. They announced a new game.
Oh boy,
I'm a sucker.
A little sucker for amiibo.
I am. I'm a sucker, man.
Any other predictions or announcements or anything?
No, I'm looking at the Game Fest now schedule. So it starts 2 p.m. on, is it Thursday? Yeah, 2 p.m. on Thursday. And then we've got the Devolver Digital events at 6. And then
the Devolver event.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
We'll probably live stream that if you want to, Nick.
Is that Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Unfortunately, I have a company party.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
From 6 to 10, so
I'll live stream it for us. Okay. And then the Netflix Geeked Week gaming event at 1 on, is that Friday? 1 Eastern time Friday.
Okay.
And then Tribeca Game Spotlight on Friday as well at 3. And then the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase at 1 p.m. on Sunday, June 12th. We'll definitely live stream that.
Yeah.
And then, if they throw in some Nintendo, we'll see what we can do
somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got some fun stuff to look forward to. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be good. It's going to be a good week.
It's always a good time to around, because last year was like the last like E3, right? Like pretty much, we were up in the beach, barely streaming. It was kind of rough, barely hanging on. But we had a good time. They had a lot of fun stuff there. So yeah, always a fun time. Doing all the live streams and just announcements in general. So hopefully we get some good stuff this year, and I know we'll have a shit ton to talk about on next week's podcast. So
yeah, we'll be smack dab in the middle of it on Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to break from watching all these reveals and you want to watch people talk about the reveals, then tune in Monday, and we'll be there.
Yeah,
recapping everything for you.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, Nick, where can everybody go follow us on our socials?
Yeah, you'll definitely want to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
At Gaming WT Broscast. We'll be tweeting about all the announcements this week. Just kind of, giving our thoughts while they're fresh before the podcast. And then if you want to email us any questions, you can email us at gamingwiththebroscast@yahoo.com. So email us any thoughts or any questions on any game reveals, and we'll talk about them next week. And you can follow us right here on Twitch at Gaming with the Broscast, and we go live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. EST. And just a reminder, we'll be streaming this coming Sunday for the Xbox and Bethesda events, and then we'll try to stream any events, wherever we can, whichever ones are after work or on the weekend. We'll try to stream.
Yeah. My job it's literally impossible to break away for 10 seconds to do anything. So
right.
Yeah, it's one of those. Barely go to the bathroom without having to do something. So, we'll look forward to all that good stuff. If you want to follow me over on YouTube, Atomic Reptar, I've been ramping up a bunch of different videos. So,
yes,
check that out. I would appreciate the subscription. But yeah, we will see you guys in a couple of days, live streaming, and then Monday is the podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be a full week.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.